Hey Falcons fans, this is Garen Johnson. I'm here with Coach Young going into game day against McKinney North Bulldogs. Coach, you're going against a very talented offensive line, always been big, has a really good quarterback and running back duo. Has there been a different type of intensity during practice, getting ready for these guys?
Oh, definitely. This is one of those games that was on the schedule from the beginning. We knew it would be a big game. Our kids know that. You don't have to do a lot of talking about it. And you could see it in our practice and just the attention to detail. This is a big week for us, and these next 5 games are going to really determine, what we're going to be able to do. Our goal was to win the district championship. We're 2-0, and we're tied for first place, and a win here tonight would keep us in that direction.
Yeah, Coach, going off that, y'all are undefeated in district. McKinney North's 1-1, but their one loss was a really close one. I mean, they've always been very talented. I mean, last year they definitely surprised us, as in Lake Dallas, with their offensive line, who we kind of underestimated them just a little bit. But going into this, Lamar Lucas, running back for McKinney North, one of the best runners in the district, if not the best running back. He's averaging over 100 yards per game. What's the game plan to stopping this guy?
Well, we just have to, do assignment football. You have to stay in your gaps, and he's a very patient runner. He lets the offensive line work. He has a really good ability of finding holes, finding things that you do wrong defensively and don't fit in the right way. On your run fits, he'll break a crease, and he has the kind of speed to take a 10-yard play and turn it into a 60-yard touchdown. And what makes it even more difficult is the quarterback's ability to run, too. So a lot of their zone read, power read, the different things they do make it very difficult. It's a two-headed monster because, if one guy's not as good a runner as the other, that stuff's a little bit easier to defend. You just take away the good one and let the other guy beat you, but they're both really talented, so it makes it very difficult.
Coach, going off what you said, the two-headed runner, would you say this is almost the same McKinney North offense that Lake Dallas saw last year?
I think it's skilled kids, it is. I think, and they're a year older and a year better. They lost a couple offensive linemen that were really good. The ones they have back, though, they've always had a good offensive line. They have big kids. But they did lose some offensive linemen. But I think what makes up for maybe some of that is the extra, the other year that those quarterback and running back are back together. So it's still a very formidable task. We did a good job against them last year. We were just, so banged up offensively. We had Daryl Miner in his first game playing running back because of the injuries we had at running back. He'd only practiced it a few days. It was Ryan's first start because of the banged up at quarterback. We had a lot of people hurt and a lot of issues offensively last year, and that was a close game. It was close all the way throughout, but we feel we're a lot better, healthier offensively, so this ought to be a good one.
Coach, we know that it's going to be a tough one for the defense trying to hold those two guys. Offensively, would you say y'all have kind of made a new game plan to put up more points, because this could be a shootout?
Yeah, we're going to have to score points to win. It'd be hard to say, well, if we score 24 points, we're going to win this game. That puts a lot of pressure on your defense. So we need to score points. We need to score touchdowns, not field goals. The thing about a team like this, you just can't have 3 and outs. You can't have to put your defense right back out there after 3 plays and punt. So it's not just about scoring points. We need to consistently move the ball and move the chains, make them play defense. They've had their troubles defensively this year, giving up a lot of points, and they've lost a game where they scored, I think, 48-something points and got beat. So they've had some problems at times defensively, and our offense needs to play well tonight to give us a chance to win.
What can we expect to see from the defense with new stunts, new disguises? Have y'all added some new tricks to this defensive scheme for this game?
Well, I think over the last bye week and the 2 games we played the last couple of weeks, we've been able to do a lot of different stuff in practice that we have not used in games. Kind of playing here for this next 5 weeks, so there's going to be a lot of new wrinkles offensively and defensively. But I think the key thing defensively you don't want to do is kind of outthink yourself and think you've got to do crazy things. You know, we've got some big guys in the middle this year that we were really lacking in the size in the middle of the defense, and I think that's going to make a difference. And we just need to play downhill, get off blocks, and tackle really well, and we'll have a chance to win the game.
You'd have to say that Brandon Ingle's going to be – you're going to see a lot of him tonight. Would you say there's some other players that we should watch? I mean, there's Brandon Ingle, Kylie Smith, Charles Williams, Christian Covington. Who's that X-factor guy?
Well, I think, you know, everybody's going to have a good game, because if you're going to score points, you got to have everybody kind of contribute. But I think really for what they like to do defensively and some things, I think that Charles and Kylie have a good chance. They need to play well for us tonight and have some runs on the perimeter. I think perimeter run game for us is going to be very important offense. We need to run the ball. That's the key. They make it difficult to run it. But between the tackles, we have to do it some, and we have to keep them honest. But I think the Charles and Kylie and the perimeter run game is going to be a key for us scoring points. That's going to help us set up the passing game and everything that goes with it.
Coach, Charles Williams has definitely exceeded all expectations, as he can play quarterback, he can play running back, kick returner, wide receiver. I mean, what do you have to say about this kid?
Well, he's a talented player, and this is going to be a big game. You know, the last 2 weeks have been pretty easy on those guys, but this is where they earn their money, and we need them to make big plays against good teams and big games. This is how you win games like this, is your best players need to step up and make the plays. That's kind of what this whole thing will be about in these tough district games we have the last half of this season. We think we have a good chance of those guys doing it.
Yeah, Coach, definitely a big game tonight against the McKinney North Bulldogs. Kickoff at 7 p.m. at Falcons Stadium. Coach, let's hope for another Falcon win.